17 is referring to some trig graphs. So we talked about extensively, we did sine and cosine graphs and a bunch of changes, so that's like question 16. And then we also showed you the other 4 trig graphs, so what secant, cosecant, tangent, and cotangent look like. And so only one of those functions had these characteristics. So I think maybe this one's probably the biggest hint. If the range is values from negative infinity to negative 1 and 1 to infinity, the only graphs that looked like that were the ones that did this. So that's either secant or cosecant. They're the two that looked like that. So they're the two that would have that as a range. Both of these two have a period of 2 pi. If you pick a point and you measure how far you have to travel before it starts repeating, that distance is 2 pi. So secant and cosecant both have that. But then only one of these has where x could not be equal to multiples of pi. So secant is like 1 over cosine, and cosecant's like 1 over sine. So which one of these two is undefined when x equals pi, or 0 pi, or 2 pi? Whether you're talking about 0 pi, or 1 pi, or 2 pi, all of these have a sign of 0, and when sine's 0, cosecant's undefined. So cosecant would be the one that has a domain where x can't be multiples of pi. So that's kind of an awkward way to get the answer there. You kind of just have to think about what those 4 trig graphs are and do process of elimination. One thing you might add to your note card, if you don't want to relearn what those graphs look like, you could just get all the 4 sketches on your graph. You could quickly sketch tangent and cotangent and secant and cosecant, and if you had those graphs on your note card, then that would make that question a lot easier.